Mine says live on Facebook.
That's awesome. Mine does too now. Okay, we're live, people. So we're being broadcast to literally dozens of people.
Millions.
Yes, millions.
5 people.
Millions and billions and trillions and just so much. So I'm gonna mute everybody here for a moment, as we do, just because we've got to get to some introductions and welcome everyone. Sorry, we're a couple minutes late here, folks, but welcome everybody.
Hello.
Drew, how are you on this fine Saturday?
Doing good. Hey, I got in a 7.2 miler this morning. My longest run in a long time.
That's fantastic. I got in 8 point something. Not to one up you, but that's my longest run in quite a while. So
that's the way it goes.
I was pleased with that. It was super great. So hey everybody, welcome to the June Challenge. I'm Nathan Freeberg.
I'm Drew.
And before we kick this off, we just wanted to share just a very, very brief note about everything going on related to the protests happening here in Portland, around the country. And we're asking you to intentionally look for the beauty around you this month as part of the June Challenge. The hashtag Life is Beautiful, which hopefully you've all seen and been posting some stuff about that. And what that is that's really about recognizing the beauty around you, the people, the places, the moments, the things that bring you joy and beauty and kind of whatever that means for you. And we know that for some of us right now, that might be difficult. It might even feel like maybe it's a little frivolous or like something that we're not quite sure how to do. For others, maybe we're still processing how we feel about any and all of that. But as you maybe saw on our social posts, we believe that Black Lives Matter and are in support of that whole thing, even though we're not exactly sure what that means for us.
And also just kind of going, like, one of the things that I'm learning in this process is that like being community, like being in it together is really important. And we deeply value you as part of our community. Like even this like Thursday and Friday, getting to see you guys again, like in person and actually getting to talk, not over a computer or not over social media or sharing something. Like it just reminded me of the importance of connection and relationship. And so just going like that feels like a way forward is for us to just continue to, as we pursue health, being active, trying to give back, and having a good time doing it, like to try and look for the beauty without calling just the reality out of what's going on around us just felt inauthentic. And also just felt like it needed to be something that we go, like, we don't know what it's going to look like, but we love this community and love what it means to us personally, and just want to invite us all to kind of try and figure out how to be better. So,
yeah. So when we came up with this Life is Beautiful theme almost a month ago now, who knew that maybe it was even more important today than ever? So for a little bit of an awkward transition from that, I am drinking the Coastline Haze Hazy IPA from Public Coast Brewing. Today, June 6th, was supposed to be our run at Public Coast. It's also Public Coast's birthday today. And so we have Ryan Snyder, who actually brought a bunch of people with him. Ryan, I'm going to unmute you. And let's see, unmute. There we go. And we're going to just chat with Ryan and crew there at Public Coast in Cannon Beach. Ryan, I got to say, Cannon Beach is one of, for me, my beautiful places in Oregon. Our family was there like mid-March, right before all of the reports came out saying stop coming to the coast. And so I feel fortunate that we got to visit Public Coast. We got some food to go, some beer to go. And so so thank you for being open. So my first question, how are you guys doing? How's the family? How's the crew there? How are you guys all holding up as perhaps we're starting to move into, don't even understand the different phases, but how are you guys doing?
Yeah, well, first off, thanks a lot for letting us be on here today and for bringing us on. And I just want to make sure I introduce and give shout out to Will LaRue, the bearded wizard over there.
He made this right here.
And his associate, producer of Great Juice,
cheers, guys.
Benny Christensen. So
awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, so the three of us are here. Yeah, it's an interesting time. We you know, honestly, today is we're celebrating our 4th anniversary being open. And for the last, 2.5 months, it's been pretty head down, just trying to figure out without kind of a clear path to what reopening looked like, and what those phases even were. At one point, there were no phases, and it was just 14 days, and then it was 30 days. And then here we sit today in the midst of a transition, and it is certainly different for the operation. But it was interesting when I got your message, and I kind of lifted my head up. It was that reminder that this is a special time for us. 4 years ago, we went forward with this dream, and you guys have been a part of that anniversary celebration for us, and we were scheduled to do it this year, and we'll do it for sure in 2021. And really grateful for you asking us to be on and to kind of talk through what that means to us. So thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit about what does head down look like for you? Like, what have the last 2.5, 3 months been like? How have you pivoted? What are some of the adaptations that the brewery is making? And just talk a little bit about that whole head down process. Like, I'm glad you came up today for some air and are eating a cake I saw behind you.
Let me celebrate that for just a second.
Look at that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's our birthday cake. And
what are the fries made out of?
They look like shortbread.
Okay.
So Ryan, last year at the birthday party, I think our kids ate most of the cupcakes, and other people maybe didn't get any because our kids just kept grabbing them off of the barrel that was up there on the stage. So,
well, the nice thing for you guys is that you're running families, so they work that off, no problem. It's all great.
Right, absolutely.
So what did it look like for us head down? I can speak for me. It was a very unnerving time. We have multiple businesses here in Cannon Beach, and that uncertainty was a real driver. Being completely transparent, it was scary as hell for us, and continues to be very unnerving as there's still so much uncertainty on the horizon. But we are optimistic, and one of the things that we did with the brewery and with Will and Ben is we kept going. We kept producing beer. We kept producing juice. There was a period of time where it slowed down quite a bit, but we kept producing, and it was sad for us to produce so much beer in the first quarter in preparation for spring break, and to have all that beer need to be disposed of. That was a huge loss for us and every other brewery probably in Oregon that had so much in draft. A lot of people were able to pivot and go into cans, but we already had cans. So we're a small production facility, so it's not, it's just a lot more demand or a lot more product in the marketplace, fighting for, the same demand. So, but here we are. The brewery kept going, and, I don't know if you recall, but about a year and a half ago, we embarked on Public Coast Farms. And so the farm is continuing to develop out. We have blueberries are about 4 weeks away from harvesting for this year's harvest. We're going to be opening up some U-pick berries this year, which I'll share some information with you guys about that in the coming couple weeks. But we're real excited as that continues to come to life, and how that will integrate into not only Public Coast Brewing, Public Coast Pub, and also our other restaurants as well, and experiences that we have. But it's been a time of reflection and a time of consideration for the future, and again, still this uneasiness as there's so much uncertainty, but we are excited as we look forward for the possibilities. So look forward to that with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally remember you talking about the farm and maybe doing a run there and whatnot. I didn't prep you for this question, but I'm curious if I can put you on the spot as you look at that difficult difficult time. Have you seen any or had any beautiful moments of things that, as you sit back and reflect on, you're like, maybe I wouldn't have experienced this had it not been for, what we've been having to do. Like, I think sometimes it's maybe easy to overlook, like even those little moments, with a child or something that you wouldn't have otherwise had. Anything comes to mind, even just, even brewery operations, just anything like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, again, completely transparent. We had 200 plus employees that were furloughed and laid off through this process. It was very hard for me to find celebratory moments when I knew that people were without a job. I also knew that they were being taken care of. You know, I mean, I do think that they were okay, but for me, that was the hardest part. It was very hard for me to find the celebratory moments. I did find some though, and I could share. During this period of time, we introduced our own hives out at Public Coast Farm, and I was out in the with the bees and got stung in the face and laughed, and you know, it's just
that
that's a
doesn't
good
sound
memory.
funny.
It was a good. It was kind of funny. And Antonio, who's our farm manager, he got stung simultaneously, and we were both looking at each other like, I hope neither one of us is allergic, because neither one of we can't take care of each other. I mean, we didn't know what was going to happen. So it was kind of fun.
Oh, good.
And then obviously my kids. My son is 18, and I got to, you know, he's graduating Monday.
Oh, wow.
So graduating from high school. My daughter's in high school, and so they were sequestered for, you know, almost 3 months, and they were. It was. I think kids are resilient. I think that was a great learning for me, how resilient they are. I was so concerned for them, but they're strong, man, and I think that's a good memory for me. And it was fun. I got to see little Ben's got a little daughter, and she was you guys saw her a few minutes ago singing
with the hat. Yeah.
And you know, I remember being here one day at Public Coast and looking out in the parking lot, and she was here, and that was like, it's like, you know, warmed my heart that, you know, they're out of all of this, maybe a little bit more time was able to be spent with the ones that we love. So
yeah. I love that. That's so true for our family as well. Talk a little bit about Cannon Beach in general. I got an email maybe a couple weeks ago now that surf sand is open up. Where are you at in the opening phases? Because I know that as soon as we get some kind of green light, our family is heading to the beach. So where are things at in Cannon Beach?
Well, allow me to give you that green light. If I had a green light right now, I'd be
yes,
flashing.
honey, let's go.
Like, so Ryan, I got that email and I called literally 15 minutes. Was like, hey, what dates are available at the surf sand? Because like we're coming.
Yeah, we were. It's been very encouraging for all the folks that you know, had travel disrupted over spring break and in the weeks following. There was a lot of pent-up demand for people to travel, right? So we saw our phones blow up the minute that we introduced that we were going to be reopening. Cannon Beach decided to reopen hotels. Cannon Beach was the only city that I know of in Oregon that had decided to shut down. There were signs actually at the entry and exit of town that said basically we're closed. That was really hard. That was really hard for me because, well, I've been here for a long time and I've never experienced that, and still processing through a little bit of that. But as we reopened our doors, our guests came back in full force. Hotels are doing well as we get ready for the onslaught of summer, which is coming soon. And starting next week, you know, that's our summer season. That first weekend of summer is next week. So we anticipate being very busy at both hotels.
Good. Well, you might see the Freeburgs and the cleansings there, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for us. Before we sing happy birthday, because I think that is important, how can we support you guys? What is there stuff? I mean, obviously buying your beer wherever we can find it is great. Is there anything else? We've interviewed a number of brewery owners, and we're always asking, like, is there anything else we can do? Something that we don't know about or maybe haven't thought of? Like, what is support? How can we support? How can we help save craft beer, as it were?
Well, you know, it's again, the craft beer industry as a whole is so collaborative. It's so incredibly collaborative. One of the things that I noted during this period of time is obviously a lot of people pivoted to cans that had a lot of draft product, and they had the size and scale to be able to do so. So there's a lot of product out there, craft product, that might not be there for all that long. So people should be enjoying a lot of those products. And again, they might be. So, but during this time, we got introduced into Green Zebra Markets in Portland. I'd like to give a special shout out to John's Market in Multnomah Village and to Marion Acres specifically, those are a couple of the markets that have continued to carry us through this period of time. And I know Ben and Will can talk about other markets that have carried us through, but we're super grateful for all of those people who took us on as a small producer. Just a real honor that they saw the value in the product for the consumers, and they took us on, especially in a downtime like we were facing. So super grateful.
Yeah. Just thank you so much for the support and pushing us
awesome.
through.
Yeah. Cool. So
we'd love to have you
Green,
back.
yeah, absolutely. So Green Zebra, there's actually a new one opened up not too far from our house. So I'll have to go check that out. Where else can we find you in the Portland market, kind of Portland Metro, I guess?
Yeah, so I mean, the places that I mentioned are kind of the ones that have us consistently.
Okay.
So John's Market.
Okay, those. Okay.
And then Marion Acres.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Green Zebras.
Green Zebra. Okay, so those are the main places. Okay.
Beer Store
Milwaukee. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
There's
Awesome.
syrup. And if you can't find it, let them know you want it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Should we be like helping like Fred Meyer
You can always
customer
throw in the
service?
comment box for sure.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
That is definitely the thing. Like, ask for it, right?
All right. Well, we will. We'll definitely do that. All right. We're gonna sing "Happy Birthday." So everybody, I'm going to unmute all of you if I can find the right button here. Where is it? There we go. Okay, everybody, raise whatever you're drinking.
You got a lighter, Stephanie?
You got to write it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, ready? Drew, I'm gonna need you to help carry
Help
this.
with what?
Happy birthday to you.
Awkward.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday, dear
Public Coast Brewing. Happy birthday to you. I'm pretty sure almost nobody unmuted. That was mostly just a few of us. No, it made that really special with the lag, how we were all off by not only several octaves, but by several seconds. So I'm sure that's going to go down as one of the greatest happy birthdays of all time.
This is like the 4th or 5th Zoom call that I've sung. Like, I'm a school teacher, and so I've sung happy birthday to a bunch of students over Zoom calls over the last few months. And it's always just like this beautiful mess. Like, it is just a disaster. And yet
So great.
everyone just loves it at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Ryan, crew, thank you so much. Any final thoughts? Anything else that you think is important for us to know, or I don't know, additional ways of support beyond what you've already mentioned?
Guys, anything?
Just, thanks for the support, and please keep supporting us.
Just keep drinking craft beer.
Yep. Look
on.
for the new releases coming out.
Yeah,
Right
we're
on.
real excited. We have a couple new beers that are going to be coming out in the next couple of months or a couple of weeks. We have a Pog Sour that's coming out, which is going to be
Ooh.
killer. We're also introducing in cans a blueberry seltzer made with our blueberries from the farm, so a craft seltzer hitting the market.
nice.
And we're real excited about that.
And then our blueberry wheat. as
Blueberry
well.
wheat comes back with blueberries from
Farm
Public
blueberries,
Coast Farm, and yeah, real excited.
Farm to tank.
Yeah.
Farm to
That's awesome.
Farm to tank to
belly.
belly. I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Well, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. What else is going on at the birthday celebration there? Obviously, you've got the cake. Anything else?
It was the cake. Oh, we have
Hey, that works.
cupcakes for the staff, but
Okay.
it was supposed to be a day of celebration with a run, and we're just gonna wait for next year.
Believe us, we're celebrating here. So
I appreciate that. Well, you can still go on a run, guys. I don't want to
maybe after a couple beers.
yeah. Just don't get lost. I think technically I still have the permit approved for the event. So if you guys just want to go off, everything's okay.
Right on.
Awesome. Well, thanks again. You're welcome to hang out for the raffle as we give away some fun stuff. But looks like you've got an empty glass behind you, so that might need to get filled.
So hey, why don't you guys, if you want to add something to your raffle, why don't we do
Yeah.
a gift certificate to Public Coast
Yes.
for lunch for two and a beer tasting with Will and Ben.
Yes.
Sweet.
And we
That
can
sound
taste
good?
beer.
Yeah, let's do it.
And they
I
can
love
just
it.
call me. I'll just get you my number, and they can just call me, and we'll just coordinate it. All right?
I love it. I think I just won that though. So just kidding. Awesome. Well, thanks again, guys. We'll We will talk to you soon. Drew, are you ready? Thanks, guys.
Well,
Cheers.
I
Cheers
I
again.
was until Ryan just threw something else in the pot. So
Sorry.
Gotta-
it's all good. It's
We've
all
got to
good.
find. No, it's good. It's good.
So all right. So here's the quick and easy of it real quick. So here we go. So the gift card from us, the winner of that is Hunter Beachy. Did I say that right, Hunter? You can unmute yourself. Maybe you're on a phone. Your face is right. I see your name.
Yeah,
So Hunter
Said that
Beachy.
right.
So you want a gift card to our store on our website. So we'll track you down over email. We have 2 winners of some beer delivery. And that is going to be Alyssa Goodrich. Alyssa, are you there somewhere? Alyssa, you won. Congratulations. I see your hand waving next to Eileen. You won some beer delivery. And then we have Stephen Doloff. You won a shirt from Mizuno. So Stephen, we'll track you down.
Thank you.
Our buddy Ryan up at Mizuno has got a couple of shirts that he's gonna send to you.
Excellent.
And then the last but not least beer delivery winner is Holly Oliva.
Oh,
Holly,
yay.
congratulations. So
Thank you.
we'll track you down. And now here's how I'm gonna do this for the big prize from Public Coast. The first person that can put in the chat feature the most beautiful thing or brutal thing that they've seen this week, they win.
Oh,
Nathan, you can't participate.
typing. Shoot.
Oh, Brooke won. Brooke? Oh no, Poppy won. Sorry, there's like a Amelia, you
Spring
might
flowers,
win
friends,
the
squirrels
squirrel
eating peanut butter.
That's hysterical.
That's
Poppy,
pretty
you
lovely.
won the raffle from Ryan, so we will track you down so that you can get the awesome beer tasting and lunch out at Public Coast. Thanks for doing that, Ryan. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I saw Poppy last night at Migration, which was fun. As Drew said earlier, it was so awesome seeing 66 people over the last 2 days. That's more people than I've seen in the last 3 months or however long it's been. So it's really fun. Very cool. All right. So
I've got a couple of quick updates.
yes, go for it.
Be on the lookout for actual events happening in the near future. Like maybe not July, but August is looking really promising. We live up in Clark County and we hit phase 2 yesterday. And the first thing that we did as a family was we went to Heathen Brewing, like right down the road from our house. And we hung out on the patio and they were like, when you're ready, we're ready. So Heathen is like up and ready to be creative with that patio out there. I've been talking to other places that have large outdoor space. So just be on the lookout. I realize we set a calendar, but what's interesting is kind of the outskirts are opening up before the inner parts, and so that calendar literally may just like go to the wayside. And because I think like Stickman is like down in Tualatin is likely going to be available earlier than another brewery, say in urban Portland. So just know that like we are trying to figure out the schedule for the end of summer. These have been a great alternative, but it just isn't it's not the real thing.
And I just want to be,
we are also considering looking at some like adding breweries that we didn't have originally, that are on kind of that outer skirts so that we can start getting back to it for real. So,
and I just want to interrupt and add that when Drew says we're working on it, like Drew is like, I don't know how many hundreds of emails and calls and texts like he's sending out like everywhere trying to like figure this out. So I know there's a lot of questions about what's going to happen, and it's we're definitely more excited than you are to get back to normal, but it's just figuring what normal looks like. And so it's I don't want to say it's taking over Drew's day job, but it may be a big chunk of it. So
it's good that like
thank you, Drew, on behalf of everyone.
That school ended on Friday, so I'm way over teaching from a distance. And then the other thing is as you guys are logging, like you might have noticed that we kind of updated the website a little bit for the logging in with Strava, and Nathan may need to address some of those things.
Yeah,
But
that's next on the list.
the what's kind of cool, like you might look on there, there's quite a few more brewery deals, and I'm working on those. Like there should be more coming quite regularly. So, and they last for the whole month. So what's kind of cool is if you click on that little
Here, let me
if you,
let me
you're
show
gonna
it real quick. Yeah. So let me share my screen really quick. So I think pretty much everybody on this call has probably already figured out this system. Can you see my screen now, Drew? Do you see the
yes,
challenge?
I
Not the
can.
spreadsheet. Okay. So here's the new fun redesigned, and it's really designed for mobile first, because theoretically that's how most of you are looking at it. So at the top, the thing that Drew was talking about was beer. It's the beer deals link. So if you click on that, it comes down, brewery partners. We've got a handful in here, I think 6 of them. This is going to be changing. I don't know how often, but check this out. Some of them are good all month. Some of them are not good that much longer. Like the deal at Migration is only good until the 7th. We'll probably see if we can extend that. But the other cool thing on here is, so if you go to under miles, this is the Strava leaderboard. And the way it works is you have to have a Strava account. You can upload your Garmin, whatever. And then every time you want to see your update on the leaderboard, you do have to reconnect. Think of it like logging in, and you authorize it, which is the same thing as logging in. Assuming that you're logged into your Strava account already, it's just click, click, 2 clicks. And then you can see the leaderboard. Some of you, Sal, not to call anybody out, but Sal is already at 48% of his goal, and today is the 6th. So I saw Sal on Thursday. Sal's doing a lot of running and a lot of walking. You might want to adjust that goal, Sal. And to do that, you just click on this little gear icon and you can adjust it as you want. Running counts, walking counts, hiking counts, anything where you're using your body power to move counts towards this. So again, I've been chatting with a bunch of people over the last 2 days about that. We encourage all of that. Obviously you can't bike, or I don't even know how you would count like paddleboarding or something like that. But the other quick thing is if you scroll down, or if you click the donate button, we are again giving back to the Oregon Food Bank. And this image is not accurate. I need to update this because we're over $3,000 raised. And so I changed our monthly goal to 5,000 total. So this is actually May and June. We're donating 10% from all of your entries. And then we're calling on you to donate if you're able more. We have a couple of anonymous matching donations. And so we would love to hit $5,000. 5,000. It's just a lot of meals for people. Every $10 is 30 meals. And next week on the chat here, we're going to be talking again with Kyle from the Oregon Food Bank. So very, very excited about that. It's not too late to join if you have friends or family members that you think could benefit from this or might enjoy being active together, having fun, giving back to a great cause. So Drew, any final thoughts before we do our
Yes.
cheers? Yes.
Real quick. Rich said, can you send the link again to log miles? Where could he find that? Nathan, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. In the same way that Drew, sorry, I was talking to myself.
He was actually like cussing Rich under his breath because he's been asked that question so many times. He's tired of it. I'm totally
Come
kidding.
on, man. No. So I just shared it in the chat. If you
Tim's question, it wasn't my question.
always,
You always have to blame me.
My anniversary is next week, and I've learned one thing: it's always my fault. Because it really honestly is.
Rich
so.
is like, nope.
Rich, I don't believe
happening.
the thing that you said. So I shared the link in there. In the same way that Drew is emailing all the breweries, I'm like spamming all of your inboxes with that link and some other info. So if anyone on this call does not have, it's like, I haven't gotten anything from you. We're finding that either because I'm emailing too much or the way that the email systems work, it could be going into your spam. So check that, tell it not to go in spam. Or if you still don't have anything, maybe you, I don't know, put your email address in wrong. Email me directly, nathan@breweryrunningseries.com, and I'll make sure that you get on all the communications. But yeah, you can add that link to your home screen. It's different on iPhone versus Android, but that's what I've done, and it makes it super easy. You never have to think about it after that. But great question, Rich. Actually, this Any other questions about that, or any technical things? If it's too specific, we might have to talk about it later, but if not, let me put us back into Brady Bunch
Unmute.
mode, as I call it. Okay, I'm gonna unmute everybody. We're gonna do as Mrs. Hamilton does in first grade, we're gonna say goodbye. Okay, everybody's unmuted if you want to be. All right, but first we're gonna do a cheers. So everybody hold up your big smiles. We're gonna get a couple images here for whatever purposes we use those. Marketing, I guess. 1 second. Okay. Everybody, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Happy week. Be active. Have
See you
fun.
guys.
Give back. We'll see you next week right here. Take care.
Have a good week.